Hello, this is Sarah Puff and my art hands. I got to thinking about all those toilet paper rolls, all that toilet paper people are talking about online, and I was thinking back to Earth Day and the fact that Earth Week, Earth Day at school, I had the students help me with projects. And we saved all year long. We saved toilet paper rolls and paper towel rolls. So I just went out in my garage and got a bag because I kept some. I'm going to have a project if we open back up our libraries. I'm going to be teaching one of these kind of projects in the local library here soon. So let me start out with a project here that might help you, maybe hopefully some hints that might help you make this a little easier for you. So if you have toilet paper rolls, I like this bird type creature and a little bit taller, so you can use 2 toilet paper rolls, or you can take a paper towel roll, which I'm going to do since I have more of, and I'm going to cut it down. Now the kids have a hard time thinking about this, so if I have any kids out there watching, what you have to do is you have to mash it. And then once you have a little slot there, you can stick your scissors in and you can cut around like that. Okay, so this time I think I made a yellow one last time. This time I want to make a red one. So I have my paper already here. And I like to teach the children not just have it already done for them on what size it should be, but I like to teach them what it takes to do that. So here's what we're going to do. So see my tube? Right here is where my tube ends. I'm leaving just a little bit, so I'm going to make a line. I'm going to roll this up, and okay, I can't see any of the tubes, so I'm going to make a line, and I'm going to make a line. And I'm going to open that back up, and this is going to tell me where I need to cut. I'm going to take my trusty scissors. And I'm going to cut that piece. Now I have found, boys and girls or adults, I have found that sometimes it's hard to hold it on there and to get it to stick. So what I did is I've got me some clothespins. If you don't have clothespins, you could use paper clips. You could tie something around it or a rubber band in the middle of it. So you want a little bit of glue on the whole thing. You don't want tons of glue. A little bit of glue on the whole thing. Sometimes I do my finger like this. I don't want like a spot where the glue is like really, really thick. So I do like this, and I might take a piece of paper and do this, or a piece of cardstock and do this instead of the finger. But if you do just the finger, and then you just take your finger and you do like this, and you wipe it, rub your hands together. Friction causes heat, heat causes the glue to dry, and I'm good. Okay, so now I'm going to roll this on here. And if you don't have the clothespins, I suggest holding it to the count of 60. I have my clothespins here. So I'm going to set that to the side. Now, while I'm waiting, I'm going to think about what kind of hair I want. You know, I think this time I'm going to make yellow hair. So I have some yellow scraps from before. So I'm just going to cut me a rectangle like this. And then I'm going to fringe. Now you could measure it, or you could just take and try really carefully to cut approximately, because once you do something fun with it, you're not going to notice that it is exactly a certain size. Plus it teaches the kids to have judgment on the width of these strips that we're cutting. So I want them to learn. I want the kids to be able to learn so as an adult, they're not afraid to jump in and do some fringing. Not afraid that they're going to mess it up. So there's a lot of adults out there that I've run into that, are still thinking about, they don't have to be perfect. I am not the perfect artist. I am not the perfect teacher. I just get in there and try. Okay, so now I have this. While I'm waiting for my other to dry, I am going to take my pencil, and this time I'm going to roll. I'm just going to roll my pencil around. I'm just going to do a few. The other one I folded. I'm going to roll a few of these. And then when you put it in your tube, let's see if my tube's ready. I think it is, by George. And sometimes you need to trim a little bit off. That's why it didn't sit straight there when I put it down. It's because I guess I didn't cut it quite straight. You're going to do like that. And then you're going to stick it in. I tried out before I actually glue it in. And I would also finish up the curling process. You put the curl ones on the outside. Okay, so like that. Alright, now I want to give him some eyes. Now one of the ways that I do that is I use my scissors. I use this part because kids always have that available. If you're using scissors, you always have that available. And if I want them to be exactly the same, instead of tracing it twice, because sometimes in the cutting you don't cut it exactly the same, then I cut them together. Cut two at once. Now I made those with a button. So this one is going to be a little bit different looking. So I found a button. Find a button or the scissors or whatever you can find like that. Now I'm going to take, let's see. I'm going to put this on here because I don't want to mess up my yellow paper. So I think I want this guy staring straight at me. So I'm going to put that pupil dot like right in the middle. Just right there in the middle. Alright, now he needs a nose. There's all kinds of nose you can make. The simplest one, of course, is just triangle. Just the triangle. So I hope that if you decide to make some of these, that you will experiment. Just kind of showing you some basics. I don't know, but the kids loved this project. I don't think I did it when I first went to that school, but I did it for 20 years plus. I know that. Okay, does he need a spot on his belly? Oh, I'm not going to do that because it's going to just take more time on the video. But I gave him a belly there. And then he needs some kind of feet. So there's many kinds of feet that you could do. The easiest would be just some triangles. I added a little bit on these, as you see. But I want to make this where people can think a lot of different ways about doing it. And you could do, you could do it like this. Or you could do the point out. I mean, there's just tons of ways to do that. Alright, so I'm going to put my glue in there. And I'm going to go ahead and fold this. And I'm going to look to make sure that it's going to look the right direction with my bird. Now see, this is why the clothespins come in really handy. And you can hold it, and if you do hold it, if that's what you need to do, you don't have the paper clips or the clothespins, then I always tell the kids to count to 60 because I figure if they don't make it all the way to 60, at least they'll make it part way and it should be good. Alright, there we go on that part. Okay, so I'm going to leave that to the side, and I wanted to show you one other one, just real quick, and it dropped on the floor just now. Let's say you're stuck at home. You don't have hardly any supplies. You could always do this one. All I did was put U-shapes on there, cut out a couple eyes. You could even draw those on there. Made it white here and made it brown out there. And then we have a nice little owl. Alright, let's see if his feet are finished. Alright, his feet are finished. And his hair, we're going to just remove for now. And I'm going to show you the finished product again. So, this is Sarah Poff. And I will share this on my Facebook page. Look forward tomorrow and come learn another craft. We'll do it with recycles. It'll be at 2 o'clock on this Facebook page. Thank you for coming to see me, and I'll look forward to seeing you again. So if you missed out, it'll be shared.